Oh, come on now. Close your eyes and envision yourself slathered in a vat of high-fructose corn syrup, writhing under arena lights while a horde of leather-clad lunatics chants for more. That's right. Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard, the sonic equivalent of a diabetic coma wrapped in spandex and hairspray. This over-the-top ode to sticky debauchery oozes excess like a burst piñata at a rock star's orgy, infiltrating every seedy jukebox and awkward family reunion dance floor for generations. But wait for the punchline. This gluttonous guilty pleasure nearly got flushed down the toilet of obscurity thanks to a cocktail of catastrophes, a drummer's heroic stump, and a producer's mid-tea epiphany that screamed Eureka louder than the chorus. Hang in there, because we're slicing open this saccharine monstrosity to expose how a lazy guitar doodle ballooned into a cultural sugar rush that still crashes parties like an uninvited clown with a fire hose. Let's rewind to the ignition point, shall we? It's 1987, and Def Leppard are holed up in a studio grinding away on their album Hysteria. The band's already been through the ringer, more on that in a sec, but picture Joe Elliott, the frontman with the voice like a velvet chainsaw, fiddling around on an acoustic guitar during a bog-standard tea break. He's humming this little riff, nothing fancy, just 3 chords looping like a bad habit. In strolls producer Robert John Mutt Lang, the perfectionist wizard who's basically the Yoda of 80s rock production. Mutt hears it, stops dead and goes, "That's the best hook I've heard in 5 years." Boom. Sudden detour. They grab a drum machine, slap on some bass and guitars, and Joe throws in scratch vocals. What starts as a lark morphs into the chorus we all know. Pour some sugar on me in the name of love. Now where'd that phrase come from? Joe's admitted it's a cheeky nod to the Archies' Sugar Sugar from '69, that bubblegum pop ditty ending with "Pour a little sugar on me, baby." Subconscious theft? Nah, more like rock's great recycling bin. But Joe amps it up with a rap rock vibe, inspired by Run DMC's Walk This Way collab with Aerosmith. Picture these Sheffield lads channeling hip-hop swagger in their spandex. Absurd, right? What if they'd gone full Beastie Boys? We'd have Def Leppard freestyling over breakbeats, and the 80s might have imploded from sheer confusion. The lyrics? Oh, they're a masterclass in veiled naughtiness. Joe and Mutt didn't sit down with a thesaurus. They fired up dictaphones, spewing stream of consciousness gibberish while the track looped. Joe hears Mutt mumble, "Love is like a bomb" on tape, and that's the spark. Boom, the opener's born. The rest? Pure innuendo playground. You got the peaches, I got the cream. Come on, that's not about dessert. Joe later called it the metaphor for whatever sexual preference you enjoy, which is code for, this song's about getting your freak on, but wrapped in enough sugar to sneak past the censors. Sweet to taste, saccharin. Saccharin. That's artificial sweetener, folks, hinting at the fake highs of the rock life, or maybe just a sly dig at how the band's polishing their sound to pop perfection. And that breakdown, I'm hot, sticky sweet, from my head to my feet. If that's not a post-coital brag, I don't know what is. They banged out the full song in a frantic 2 days, warp speed compared to the album's slog, sliding it in as track 5. Imagine if they'd scrapped it. We'd be stuck with Hysteria minus its secret weapon, like a Ferrari without the engine. What a tragedy that would have been, hair metal without its ultimate stripper pole anthem. Now the album Saga? Buckle up, because Hysteria's birth was a battlefield of blood, sweat, and actual limbs. Flashback to '84, drummer Rick Allen's zooming in his Corvette near Sheffield when, crash. He loses his left arm. Gone. Most bands would have folded like a cheap lawn chair, but Rick, the guy's a beast. He relearns drumming with a custom kit, using foot pedals like a mad scientist. Barefoot on stage, no less. Talk about commitment. The album's production drags on for 3 years, costing a fortune, with Mutt Lang obsessing over every layer. They even toy with 2 intros. The album's got that Step Inside, Walk This Way tease, swiped from Aerosmith vibes, while the single kicks off with Love is Like a Bomb for extra punch. By release, Hysteria sold a measly 3 million, not enough to cover the $5 million tab. Launch drama. The first singles flop hard. Women tanks, Animal nibbles the charts, but nothing sticks. The band's staring down the barrel of Flop City, wondering if their glory days are toast. Enter the Quirky twist. Exotic dancers in a Florida strip club start grinding to Pour Some Sugar on Me. Word spreads, a local DJ spins it, and suddenly it's exploding on radio. Moral? Never underestimate the power of a good lap dance. The band rushes a promo video. Live footage from Denver, all sweat and screams, and bam, delayed detonation. From there, it's Ascent to legend status, pure rocket fuel. Summer '88. The song claws to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, cruelly blocked from the top by Richard Marx's schmaltzy Hold On to the Nights. Ouch. Talk about a buzzkill. But it doesn't matter. Pour Some Sugar becomes the defibrillator for Hysteria, pushing the album to number 1 and over 20 million copies worldwide. In the UK, it hits 18, Australia 26, even sneaks into New Zealand's top 20. 2 videos seal the deal. The UK wins this bonkers demolition derby in an Irish mansion with a sledgehammer-wielding construction chick symbolizing, well, breaking down walls or maybe just 80s excess. The US cut? Straight live fire from their In the Round tour, distorted intro, crowd frenzy, Rick Allen pounding away one-armed like a gladiator. It's VH1's number 2 greatest 80s song, MTV's top video pick back in '91. And the ripple effects? This track turns Def Leppard into arena gods, influencing everything from glam metal's last gasp to pop rock crossovers. What if it hadn't caught on? Hair bands might have fizzled sooner, and we'd all be listening to more grunge angst. Instead, it spawns tributes galore, covers by everyone from Tom Cruise in Rock of Ages to hell, probably your drunk uncle at karaoke. But the enduring impact? This song's like herpes. Once it's in the culture, it's there forever in the best way. It pops up in Coyote Ugly, where bartenders dance like it's the end times, sneaks into Balls of Fury for ping-pong absurdity. Even Family Guy riffs on it twice. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Goldbergs. It's the go-to for 80s nostalgia blasts. And Quirky aftermath? Get this. In 2012, royalty beef with their label leads to a re-record Pour Some Sugar on Me 2012, because why not remix your own hit? Obscure nugget. Joe Elliott once spilled that backstage, per some wild contract rider. They poured a literal pound of sugar over a fan's water-soaked head. She loved it, apparently. Talk about sticky situations. Or how about the rap roots escalating? Phil Collen later bragged they utilized rap influences, turning verses into rhythmic chants. Satirical swipe. In an era of poofy hair and tighter pants than a nun's grip, this song's the pinnacle of cheese, yet it's genius. Break the bubble, break it up. That's not just lyrics. It's bursting the pretentious rock bubble. Cultural waves? It normalizes sex-positive anthems, paves way for pop metal hybrids, and hell, probably boosted sugar sales worldwide. What if Shakespeare had penned it? Pour some sugar on me, or not to pour? That is the question. Nah, too highbrow. And there you have it, the wild, wacky ride of Pour Some Sugar on Me, from tea break riff to eternal earworm. If this tale got your blood pumping, smash that like button harder than Rick Allen hits his kit. Subscribe for more rock lore that'll make your grandma blush, and drop a comment. What's your filthiest memory tied to this track? Until next time, keep it sticky, keep it sweet, and remember, love's like a bomb, baby, so handle with care. Rock on!